Ladies and gentlemen, it is the 2Ds, one podcast, and we're 1D short today. Kind of a little, I guess we didn't release an episode last week because some things have changed recently. The other Dan, he's decided to go a different direction, and he is no longer going to be on this podcast. And so there's only 1D hanging around, an official D, just 1D. However, we both are D's in the pants, and we're both D's dads. And I think we'll start this podcast off by introducing today's guest. His name is Nick Otto, and Nick is a self-proclaimed wild game cook slash regular cook slash father slash husband slash teacher slash lives in Michigan slash what else? What other slashes do you have?
Shoot, man. Coach,
Yep.
yeah, and right now, like, I am the man when it comes to our household. My wife is the breadwinner. She also brings home the bacon. My job is to bring home insurance. And so, like, I really feel like, I'm like, babe, put the pants on, give me that apron, and here we go. Like, we try to make the day happen with 3 boys in the house. So it's a wild ride. I love the amount of slashes because it really does. I don't know. My life is really like I wake up and I just react. I don't know what's going to happen yet. I may plan something and it is completely, that plan is gone and we have someplace else to go. So,
Yep.
No, appreciate all the slashes, appreciate the warm welcome. It's fun to be here just among D's because, yeah, I feel like I haven't been around camaraderie in a little while. So it's good to talk with another D.
Yeah. I'll tell you this right now. Like, I don't know what it is, but there's mornings where I wake up and I feel like I need to put a mouth guard in and I want to just start stomping ass. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's carryover from the previous day where I feel like I had really been taken advantage of. I'm not a guy who lives in a balance, really. I'm a guy who lives in the pendulum swing, which it's one way one day and it's one way the other day. And there's one days where I'm like, hey buddy, I love you, man. Let's try something different, like really good coaching dad. And then there's the dad that pops out of me and was like, shut the fuck up. Get in your room and pick up the sock I've asked you to pick up for 30 days now. Right? And so you get a little violent with your kids in a good way.
I loved how, and this is going to reference a different podcast that we were on, but you described Volcano Dad,
Volcano Dad, yeah, dude.
The island is peaceful and things are going well, but you said like that sock will sit there for 30 days. And then Mount Dad blows his lid and the villages run in fear. But at the same time, the only thing they can do is look back at their own mistakes. You did this. This is a result of you. You have no one to blame. So no, I appreciate that because there's days I refer to it. I'm not quite a volcano, but it's the Mufasa effect that when I'm not being listened to in the house, where it seems like things are happening around me instead of like I've already asked you to do these different things, there is a clap of thunder, there is a loud roar, the place goes silent, and then I don't have to yell anymore. It is literally me just at a whisper, a sock, and then it's done. So no, I appreciate that. To hear that I'm not the only one that does lose his cool. So yeah.
You're not the only dad. I'll tell you this, man. I swear to God, there's days that my kids don't even listen to me unless I'm yelling at them. Hey guys, how are you? Okay, here's the list. Like right now, mom is at the gym. She's getting her workout on. I'm up here doing a little business, recording podcasts and stuff. Also, I gave them a list of chores. I said, dishwasher, fold laundry. 2 things, honestly, should take you at most, if you work together, 30 minutes, and then you're done for the entire day. I swear to God, Nick, when I go downstairs, there won't be any of it done because they'll all be on their devices. And then I start karate kicking shit. Right. And now I'm just like, and then I have to start fighting for my life because when mom gets home, where's that anger get pointed to? Is it at the kids? No,
No.
it's at
No,
dad.
she's got the pump on. She just got back from the
Yep.
gym. She's ready to throw
Yep.
down. It's
Yep.
you in the
Yep.
headlights. It's you.
It's me. It's me. And so I don't know. This kind of brings up a really weird question.
Ooh, I'm ready.
If you and your wife were to get in a physical altercation with each other, and we're talking like your kids have to call the cops or your neighbors watch it go down in the front yard, who is winning a physical altercation between you and your wife? Are you stepping up, or what? Is she going to hold her own?
She's definitely going to hold her own. I think on the cardio aspect, she's got me good. This is tough because we look at this question and I'm like, morally, I am never going to lay a hand on my wife. That is something I hold true. And so now I have to step outside of
The
what my
real you for
real
a second.
me.
Yeah.
And if I'm thinking about it, like blunt force isn't going to do it with her. It's going to have to be the stranglehold. It's going to have to be the sleeper.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up as a wrestler, so like I'm waiting for her to put the first punch or the first kick because then that leg or arm is mine. And then it goes to the airways because you can't fight if you can't breathe. So that's kind of where we're going to go.
Nick.
We're going to go constrictor style on that.
Okay.
I think I've got her. But at the same
Okay.
time, like it's going to take a minute because she's got that cardio aspect.
Gotcha. That's a very nice way of saying you would destroy her. That's a
Yes.
very nice way. I'm right now sitting about somewhere between 220 and 225. I'm 6'1". My wife is 5'1". She weighs 105 pounds. Okay. I'm stomping that all day. I'm stomping that. Like, I don't care how much martial arts she ever gets. Like, she could be the best black belt, quadruple black belt in the world. I just have to use my weight against her, and she's toast, dude. She's gonna get a punch in because she is a hot-tempered. She's like, you know what? When you hear people start talking about Latino women and how fiery they are, you ever hear about that? Like,
Yes.
I've never dated a Latino woman, but my wife has kind of a fiery Latina type vibe about her, where she don't take no shit. And so she would definitely get a punch in on me. Like,
but like you said,
after,
she doesn't have that martial arts training. Like this isn't Bruce Lee coming up with the 1-inch punch. This isn't. This is again your wife who maybe has seen a couple Taibo videos. My
Billy
wife.
Blanks. Yep.
Yeah, exactly. Like she's not delivering. I mean, first her punch. She could twist her wrist on that. She hasn't trained for any of this stuff. So that's kind of what I'm banking on. But yeah, being quite a bit more stout, quite a bit more power. It's like, yeah, I'm going to let you come to me, and then it's all done.
Yeah, and I don't think she could handle a blast double from me, right? Like, I'm gonna change levels. To get down to her, then I'll probably go a little deeper, and I'll just take a big penetration step. In the wrestling world, we call that, right? Hit the
Yeah,
penetration step, and
under them
then
hips.
it's just bomb down, and then I'm laying on her, and then after that, she's gonna get so tired she'll pass out, and then I'll tuck her into bed, and then I'll be like, okay, when she wakes up, she'll be in a better mood. So anyway,
Absolutely.
like,
What was
again,
it? Again, the internet's got so much stuff that's on here, but there was, and I think it goes back to the Middle Ages. I bet you this is all made up. But there was a way where a man would had to stand if there was an altercation, there was a throwdown between a husband and wife. The man would have to stand in a pit and have one hand tied behind their back, and then that was considered the fair fight. That is how that altercation could happen. I can't tell you where I found this. Either it was social media or just the deep dive, but I was like, like if it gets down to the point where like, civil conversation is not going to work this out, like it's going to go fisticuffs, that you would literally put the husband at a disadvantage to make it even, which I was like, I kind of like that. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, why do I have to be at the disadvantage?
Well, at
This
the
is
same
about all
time,
equality here, you know?
yeah, okay, I get it. I get it. You tie one hand behind your back, I'm still stomping my wife. Okay? Even I'm gonna guess two hands behind my back, and I'm only doing leg kicks. I'm still winning. Like I'm still front kicking, leg kicking, stomping toes, and my guess is I can eat a lot of 105-pound punches unless they connect. Like one just magically connects, right? And but here's the deal: like imagine if there was paperwork involved with that back in the day. Like back in the day, all right, as a gentleman, you will tie one hand behind your back before beating your wife. And then they get into the pit. The only way I see this really going the woman's way is if she was allowed to use weapons,
If she,
like
yeah,
a
she gets
bat
an
or a
implement or
stick.
something. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. I feel
A
like,
sock with a rock in it.
yeah, imagine if old style traditions like that from the medieval times like still existed, but you had to go through all of the government paperwork to make it happen. And it's like you have to sign out a form and you have to get an attorney and it has to go through city council, and it's like, all right, well, we're full on the 17th for
You have to
the
schedule the
pit,
day.
schedule a pit, and by that time it's like marriage. It's like by that time everything has worked itself out, but you still have to go and do it because you'll have to pay another fee and fill out more paperwork in order to get out of it. So it's like, why can't I just not do it anymore? Well, you've already paid the fee and now you have to do it, and the government's holding you accountable for that. And it's just like, holy shit.
This
Like,
show televised this after Maury. This is
Mhm.
like, this is the end all be all. This is American Gladiator, like redo. Like I would tune into that to watch couples. I want to know why they have come this far, like why they are at fisticuffs.
Yeah.
Then I want to know the stats of each of them, and I'm
Mhm.
tuning into that every Friday night. Like that. That sounds like awesome TV.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, I will say this in all defense of women everywhere in the world, like Ronda Rousey in her prime, or man, who's that tall blonde that knocked out Ronda Rousey with like a head kick? I'm trying to think of her name. Holly Holmes, I believe is her name, or something
Mm-hmm.
like that. I'm getting crushed by those girls. With all
Absolutely.
due respect,
With the
right? With all due
training.
respect, the training they have, like the mixed martial arts background, they're bigger, they're taller than my wife. I'm getting crushed. So the only thing I can see being if there was a physical, like if there was a dispute and it got to, it's almost like that those Snickers commercials, or what commercials are they where like the two people are in an argument and they can challenge the call and throw the red flag like in football, and you get to challenge it.
Yes.
You know what I'm
I think it
saying?
was just, yeah, it was like a, I think it was
NFL
like a chip
Network or something.
commercial, but it
Yeah,
was something
something.
to do right around the NFL, but you could challenge it. Oh, the dad screaming about the spider. And they're like, yeah, you
Yeah.
screamed. And he's like, no, no. And it totally goes back
Yeah,
to it.
exactly. But what I'm saying here is, okay, man and woman, they're getting to a point, they're getting in an argument, fists are going to be thrown by both parties to make it even. The woman gets a buzzer, she hits, Ronda Rousey in her prime pops out. You know
Oh,
what I mean? To
man.
make it a little like to
The
make it
tag
even.
team.
Yeah. So not the tag team, the wife just gets to sit back and watch it.
Oh,
You know what I
my
mean?
gosh.
So I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. But then again, you hear the stories about, like, what was it? A 14U soccer team, a 14-year olds beat a woman's Olympic team in soccer recently. And so it's all these kids versus all these these adult women, and they beat them like 7-1.
Yeah.
And so even then, it's like there's some guys out there that'd be like, Ronda Rousey, no problem. Like, I got Ronda Rousey in her prime. I got her. I can handle that shit, right?
Right.
But
There's a
you got to,
movie where the guy had to last with Ronda Rousey to go on a date with her. I forget what movie it was, but literally he's like he had to last 30 seconds, and it was basically him running around and her just beating the snot out of him. He didn't. I think he gets the date out of sympathy. I think
okay.
out of the movie. I forget what movie it was, but it's like it was that type of scenario where it was like you just got to last like 30 45 seconds, and he gets the date. With the soccer too, though, like I look at that and it could definitely go both ways. You have a game where your communication's off, where, you look at those women who lost that game 7-1. Sometimes you just have games that don't go your way. Like there's got to be like that rematch. I think for them personally, and maybe for their to call themselves professionals, I would be definitely calling rematch to see if they couldn't swing that the other way. Now, 2, we got a pattern, and they're definitely out. But yeah, you're right. Like physicality, I don't know. It's like that man versus women thing. It's like we're just bigger, faster, stronger. It's really hard to, unless there's some sort of like big training by the female and not the male. Yeah, it's gonna be one-sided. But at the same time, that's how we're made. There are things that women do that I cannot, nor would I ever ask to try, because I'm just not built for that.
Okay, that's great. Let's talk about it. What is like? Here's the whole. Like, I don't know if you knew that what was going to happen on this podcast, but
As soon as I said it, I was like, "Dang, there it is. We're laying it down."
What is, Nick? What is one thing that a woman could do better than you?
Give birth to a child.
Okay, great, awesome.
I tap out.
Yep, good. And that's probably because you don't have a vagina, Nick.
I don't.
At least not that I know of. So it's impossible for you to have a baby. Name a second thing that a woman could do better than you.
I mean, other than the obvious, rearing the said child, breastfeeding.
Yep.
I don't have that physicality to do that. I really fall into the man cold. Like if I get a little bit sick, like I still take it that I'm down. Like it's an off day, I'm taking it off. Rather than put in, give 100% of your 60% that you have. Like that's bollocks. I'm not doing that. Like just call me out. Like give me a day off, and then we'll try again. And I have seen my wife work through like having the flu, having a cold, getting stuff done around the house. And yet when I get, scratchy throat, stuffy nose, I just tap out. Sick day, I'm out, I can't do it, and I get ridiculed for that. I definitely, yes, they can work through physical ailments better. I would say like the sickness. If I don't feel like myself, I don't do myself.
Yeah. Okay. I like this approach you're taking. I'm going to call it the largemouth bass who already ate approach to these questions, where I am literally running the crankbait or the fishing lure right in front of your face. All you have to do is take it. And you're choosing, oh, you know what? I'm not hungry.
I'm being choosy.
Hey, good answer. Good answer. That way there's no evidence of this conversation. If I post any crazy clips on the internet, there's no crazy clips to post. So,
absolutely. My name pops up on my wife's feed. I'm saving. Hey, this was I walked in the room and I Homer Simpsoned. I just
backed up in the bush. Right. Hell yeah. I use that. I use that all the time. I use the Homer Simpson walk backwards out of a room if the shit is not going the way I want it. Like if the kids are fighting and my wife's like, can you stop that? And I just go, walk up. And usually it just kind of settles itself. It settles itself after a while. Yeah. All right. The next thing that I don't know why we're transitioning from whether or not we could beat our wives in fights to kid sports. Last night at my youngest son, 7U coach pitch baseball, meaning the kids aren't even pitching. The coach sits there and he throws a lob right to the kids. The catchers are just sitting there and the balls are bouncing off of the catcher. Okay.
The equipment's so large. Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Just got done with this scenario.
Kid on the other team hits an absolute tank to right field in the gap and rolls to the fence. Okay. The kid goes to first, he goes to second, he goes to third, and in coach pitch, there is a line in between all the bases. If you are past the line, then you get that next base. If you are not past the line, then you have to, and the kids put their hands up on the infield once they have the ball, then you have to go back to the previous base. So what I'm saying is, number one, it's not real baseball yet. Okay. And so this kid hits a tank, right? And by all means, in a real baseball game, that's an inside the park home run, right? This kid.
They're not making the relay to get the kid. Nope.
No, nobody's making those throws in 7U. And so the kid is right on the line when the other kid puts his hands up. And one of the moms on our team starts chirping. He's got to go back. They got to go back. Got to go back. Got to go back. Meanwhile, the coach on our team is saying, "Give it to him. He deserves that. You know, he's past the line. Give it to him." And the mom is like, "No, he's just like this." And then another mom's like, "Hey, the coach is saying that it's
Yeah.
inside the Parker." And she's yelling. So now there's two moms yelling, and then the coaches had to step in and start yelling like, "Hey, listen, this I told them it's inside the Parker." So, my God, dude, how fired up are parents? Like you take your kids to wrestling tournaments,
Oh yeah.
right? Yeah. So what is wrong with people that you have to live through your kid's success at 7 years old in order to feel good about yourself? Like, what the fuck, dude? Like this kind of shit blows me away. Meanwhile, we got kids that are striking out 4 times and their parents are like, "Hey, good job, buddy.
You
The
showed
positive
up. You showed up today.
buddy. Good job, buddy." And meanwhile, like, not my kid, because my kid's a stud. He went 4 for 4 last night. Or no, wait, excuse me. He went 3 for 4 last night.
3 for 4 with an adult pitching.
With an adult pitching. So
Underhand,
his batting
average. Underhand, overhand.
It's overhand.
Ooh,
but he's
overhand.
batting I think like 850 or 875 this year. Coach pitch baseball, baby. The stats don't lie.
I
The stats
love
don't
it.
lie. Anyway, this lady, I'm just like, are you kidding me? Like, why do you think parents, like, what drives someone to be that bananas over a 7-year-old's baseball game or wrestling tournament or shit like that?
Like you said, it's one of those. It's a hard one, but I look at it like they've invested so much into that child, but at the same time, like I would say their investment it's ill placed. There's a study out there that says like at age 8 or 9, there's an equalization, whereas like with growth spurts are happening. Oh shit, stuff's breaking. When you get to that 8 or 9, you have majority of kids having their first growth spurt, or at least completing the first growth spurt. So you have the kids that were the all-stars that could literally just show up and they are God's gift to that team. They are now outperforming everybody, but then everybody catches up. And so here's that first tier where now Billy didn't put any work in, but yet Billy's still playing with the same sort of ethic or work ethic that he had before when he didn't have to work hard. So you now have people that are having the expectation Billy's going to kick ass, and Billy's not. Yeah. You have that, like you were saying too, people are like, I was an amazing ball player. I want my kids to be amazing ball players. Or you have moms that are like, this is my baby who can do no wrong, but yet can't face the fact that when he does something wrong, there's a consequence in this game. I know they try to put these rules to try and like equal everything out, but it almost turns into just more fodder for the whole crowd to get whipped up and argue about it. We didn't have an umpire at one of our games. So again, coach is like, "Hey, we're home team. Can I have somebody step up and be an umpire?" I umped in high school, so I was like, you know what? It's been a little while, but I'll do that. I'm getting chirped by our own team. Yeah. Like my wife is on the side and she's listening to grandma and mom chirping at me about calls being made, and my wife was like, Did you volunteer to step up for this game? No. And then so it's like, oh, okay, so sit back and enjoy the game. We don't need to be turning this into a big thing. But I think it's one of those like slow roll things. You get one parent who's up in arms about it, and it takes everybody's blood pressure and raises it up. Those wrestling meets like you were talking about, oh my gosh, to be on the other side of a mat, dad banging his hand and slapping his hand on the mat, screaming at his kid who's out there either dominating or at the same time now crying because dad's yelling. You got mom on the other side, Johnny, who's out there giving everything he can. Like that one, like I see there's just a lot of emotion that's coming out in that. And none of it is helping that poor kid. None of that is going out there to help him. Like We want to make clutch kids. We want to make kids who can step up in big situations. We want them to be able to come up to the big game, step up to the plate, and hit that dinger out to the fence.
Yeah.
Don't put that pressure on them so early that now when they do get up, they're just wanting to make contact because they're all freaked out. Ultimately, yes, I'm with you. Like, parents need to chill the F.
Yeah, dude. Man, the worst is at wrestling meets. Like some like some big fat mom is on the sidelines and she's slapping, and then she had a cell phone in her hand and then she spiked it on the ground because her son lost. And then she got mad at her son that her cell phone broke because she spiked it. And so I don't know, man. That kind of shit is hilarious to watch. Man, I've seen it all, dude. I watched a grown man, and I think like kindergarten would be the earliest that you can do. So I don't know, in Iowa, we have these things called developmental tournaments where there's no points. So if you get pinned, so it's 3 1-minute periods.
Okay.
And then if you get pinned within any of those, they stand you back up and then you go again and you go again. There's no points kept or anything like that. And so that would be the earliest. And then the next step up is like kindergarten, first grade, second, third, fourth, fifth, like, and so forth and so on. Or it'd be fifth, sixth. So it'd be pre-K, pre-KK, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Anyway, long story short, I saw a grown man yelling at a kid. Like, I'm talking like a first grader, kindergarten age kid. His dad's like, I told you to grab that ankle and put your head on the outside and drive your feet, and you just laid there. And the kid was scared of his own dad. Number one, you should never be like, maybe you should respect your dad, but never be in fear of them. You know what I mean?
Right.
But then,
that
like,
kid, he's not going to the corner. He's staying in the middle to stay away from.
Yeah, this kid's not going to be a 4-time national champ if you make him hate wrestling, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's just, and then I was walking over to go say something to him, but another older, like a grandpa age guy came up to him and just like calmly whispered something in there to him, and I'm guessing it was along the lines of what I just said, like, hey man, you want your kid to hate wrestling? You keep doing what you're doing, right? And so I don't know. But the angriest, I don't know if you've seen this, but the angriest moms at all of the sporting events, baseball, wrestling, football, are always the fattest moms too.
There must be a correlation between
We got to find the science. We got to find the science, Nick.
Right. With every pound comes like another octave of
aggression.
Like, yes, or like how whatever the metric is for hate, whether it's volume or whatever that is, to come out and just, I get it. It's your baby. I know they want to do the best, but dang, chill out. Chill out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Shut up.
I was even all the way up to high school. I remember a match vividly. This kid was good. He had gotten the first takedown, so I'm now working up off the bottom. But we are close. We're on the edge of the mat, and so I'm trying to I want to hit a switch, but I also want to make sure that after I get my points, I drag him out of bounds so that we get to go back to the middle. So I'm starting to set that up, and I look up, and there is this huge whale of a woman. It's like looking down at an orca who is then screaming, rip his head off. And she's directing that at her son who's on top. Now, we got headgear on. It's hard to hear, but like I vividly remember that. And I'm just kind of, I know this guy's not going to rip my head off, but like to the intensity of one mom wanting her son to do so well that she's willing to sacrifice an opponent. Like what if? Like, what if he did rip my head off? What if he did send a crossface that literally, knocked me out?
You.
Yeah. Like now how do you feel about that? Huh? Because now you don't get the win. You're disqualified because of punching a kid in the head, injuring him.
Striking.
That's how you finish the match. I don't know. It's people don't think. They just get in the moment. It's primal. I think another thing too is people don't have an outlet for whatever aggression that they have. We've become too comfortable. We've become I don't know. I don't want to say PC is the correct term, but we don't find healthy ways to let our aggression out or to be
I agree.
primal at that point. So here's where we choose to do it is in very public places with sporting events. You know, yes, it's kind of like the gladiators, but it's with small children. Like we gotta find a way around that.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you this, like, man, it is, I don't know what kind of coach you are or parent you are. I make sure my kid is prepared. They're warmed up properly, whatever the case is. But especially for wrestling, I tell my daughter at the beginning of every match, depending on who she's wrestling, I say, your goal is to beat your opponent in wrestling so bad that they don't want to wrestle again. That's my approach. We're not looking for just a win. Like, we want to make that opponent not realize what just happened. Like, they're so confused. They're like 5 moves behind, like takedown, back turn, let up, takedown, back turn, let up. Now it's 14-0. And if you don't defend yourself, this match is going to be a tech fall in however many,
You're done in the first period. Yep.
exactly. That's my goal with my daughter. And she goes, I like, not to sound arrogant here, but she's to the point now where she is, I would say, top 10% of the wrestlers that she faces throughout a given year. There are a couple girls that still have her number and they're really good at what they do, but
Mhm.
there are new kids. And I'm just like, this is where you try new moves. This is where you experiment. This is where you take what you've learned in practice and really put it. And so we're past the point of pinning someone in the first 30 seconds of the match. Okay. We are to a point where, like, an orca plays with a seal before they eat it. You're going to do that now. All right. Fireman's carry. All right. Ankle pick. All right. Let's go for a headlock, or let's go for a tilt, or whatever the case is. It's now not, it's now making the sport more fun because you're able to do things to your opponent that they're just like, holy shit, I'm out of my league here. So
You've posted a few of
yeah.
your daughter wrestling, and that is exactly like you've hit the nail on the head. When you say go out there and toy with them, or at least
Mhm.
find a different approach. Like
Yep.
you are killer at this double leg. That is your bread and butter. Hey, second period. I don't want to see a singles. I don't want to see a double leg. I want to see single
Nope.
legs. I want to see
Yep.
fireman's carry and completely rewrite the script. Meanwhile, the kid that she's going against, yeah, she's sideways, upside down. She don't even know
Yep.
where to go at this
Yeah.
point. Like again, that is that dominance piece. As much as you want to get into the sport, there is learning to be happened even on the opposite side. So when that kid
100%.
is getting toyed with, like, hey, you're just got to weather the storm. Yeah, you're going to walk away. You're going to walk away with a loss, but at the same time, you're gonna take something away from that. You experienced what real wrestling is. So when you go back to that wrestling room, I there's an intensity piece that I need to pick up here. I need to
Right.
work faster. There's a bit there, but yeah, like you said, she she turns them inside out. Like
Yeah.
that's an awesome place to be.
The thing that there comes a realization point with people. I mean, of all people, like, I got to do something different. Right. I love seeing it when I'm coaching a kid, let's say in baseball or football, where it's like your swing needs to be level, and then they get it. They bring it into the batter's box, or you need to be more aggressive on the defensive line. And then they get it. Or like for
Yes.
my daughter, she got 5th in state this year, and her goal was to place. She should have gotten 3rd because she beat the girl who's gotten 3rd. And then she walked off the mat. And this is the mentality that I love. She walked off the mat and she looks at me and goes, I don't know why, but I should have won that match. Like, to get her to the 3rd place
Yeah.
match. She was better than this girl. And then she had beat the girl who got 3rd place. So anyway, what I'm getting at is she had a moment of realization, and now she's bringing that into the wrestling room this year with her, and she's like, I need to be more aggressive next year, Dad. And I go, inside I'm going, yes, yes. And on the outside I'm playing it calm. I'm just like, okay, well, walk the walk. Don't just talk the talk. You got to walk the walk, right? And so if she can pull that off, she's going to be good. And I think that's the thing. Like, there's something about kids and, well, people in general, they're afraid to take this leap because they think they're going to fall a mile to their death, and they're really not, right? You take the leap and then you land and you're like, hey, my legs are a little sore, but I landed, right? It's like, man, I don't know, like me starting my businesses or us starting our podcasts or whatever it is. And it's just like, don't be afraid. Just do it. And when you have the kids that have the talent and the no fear attitude, like, I'm going to go big. Those are the kids and the people who tend to be the most successful.
Yes. Yes, that no fear piece, whether it's in sports or like you were just saying, like us starting podcasts, putting out content, and the excuses that I do have for what was slowing me down or from keeping me from doing something.
Mm-hmm.
You look at those excuses and you were like, man, those were pretty lame.
Yeah.
It really was. Like,
Yeah.
once you put those down on paper, what was slowing you down? Like, oh man, that was pretty lame. Like, there was only win by making that jump.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, when it comes to like riding a bike, like you fall riding a bike, there is a physical, it will hurt. You will skin your knee. You may not, later as you try more things on a bike, you can get to that injury. There's a difference between hurt and injured, but at the same time, like when you're learning and you skin your knee, like, well, you learn to keep your balance a little bit more. And, you know that there's a little bit of a danger element. It makes you pay attention more. So
Right.
no,
Right.
having that killer instinct and really finally like what your daughter came in through, like, yes, I am going to be more aggressive. Like, I'm going to invest more into this. That's going to be nothing but dividends for her. She's going to pay that
Yeah.
off. My boys we're in second year with the older two, first year for the younger one. We've been to enough practices for a couple years, but this was the year where we did tournaments and we went to dual meets
Mm-hmm.
and actually went on the mat against opponents. And
Yeah.
to see my oldest struggle at the beginning and my middle boy start winning was just like you said. My oldest was trying to be a technician. He wanted to do everything perfect because if it wasn't perfect, it wasn't worth doing. He was in his own head. It's just so much hesitation. Whereas my middle boy, he is just reaction. He just goes out, he grabs the kid, he doesn't know what to do with it. The other kid grabs him. Well, he try something. Like, he just goes with the flow, and he had a little bit of that immediate success. So watching their two journeys, one learning I have to learn a move and not just react and try to outmuscle people, versus I have to be quicker than the other guy and not just let him do what he wants to do. So
Yep.
it's fun to watch that comparison. And like you said, they're going to have those light bulbs go off. Like, we started to see those happen towards the end of last year. So we come into this year and hopefully we can pick up right where we left off to be like, hey, let's start making some consistency here. Because it's one of those things when you're just learning something, fear is a big element, but to get past
Right.
that, heck yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like when you're when you're married, like before you're married, like certain guys, I was one of them where I was intimidated to go up and talk to like a hot woman or a beautiful woman. I'm like, oh, she'll never say no to me. But now, as a married man, like, God forbid, I'm just saying, like, God forbid something happens to my wife, right? Or there's a divorce, or she decides to leave me for some pool boy somewhere. I would talk to every woman. I would talk to all of them. I have no, like, I look back at that and I go, dude, you wasted so many opportunities because you felt like you didn't have it. And now it's like, you always had it. You always had it. Crack one of your dumb jokes, make them smile. And that's the crack. That's the foot in the door there. And so
Yes.
I don't know. With age comes a lot of knowledge and realization, I'll say.
Yeah, I didn't, like what you said before dating, I didn't know what I didn't know. I'm going on
Exactly.
other people's experience, and here I am, like, fumbling through that. Luckily, I went to a small college where it was 3-1 in my favor. So I had
Really?
plenty of,
So they didn't have a choice.
They didn't
They
have
didn't
a
have a
choice.
choice. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Small Christian colleges are great for that because you get this, and well, it's great, but it's also at the same time, the 3 that I had to choose from, like, it was one of those, like, their third place is way off. Something really bad would have to happen. So ultimately, there was only 2 choices.
Yeah. There you go. There you go.
But, like, you didn't know what you didn't know. And now coming through the other side of that, yes, just like you said, restart. I'm kicked back out in the dating world. My approach is going to be far different. Hey, am I going to be a little bit rusty? Absolutely. But the experience of being A, a husband, and then B, being a father, like the amount of interactions that I have with moms and the interactions that I have with women, like the scare factor is gone. Like I know that they are endearing creatures. I know that they are amazing people. And so like, being like, oh, are they gonna make fun of me? Like, no, they're dealing with so much more in their own head. They have no
Yep.
time to make fun of me. So it's kind of where and then my pride is gone. I have like, oh, you're gonna call me short? Beautiful. Everybody has
Yeah.
called me short.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna call me heavy? Yeah, everybody calls me heavy. Just deal with it.
Hey, guess what? I have a job, especially for like a single mother in the Midwest. I have a job and I am talking to you. So
Correct.
there's that. That's a win for you, believe it or not. So, okay. At this part of the show, we're 44 minutes in. Okay. This part of the show is called Hard Pivot.
Hard
And
pivot.
Hard Pivot is brought to you by my patients. And so we're going in a different direction. Okay.
All right.
And that is a specialty of yours in a certain way. And that is food. Okay. And my first question to you is, if you put ketchup on macaroni and cheese, are you white trash?
I'm going to answer your question with a question. Are Canadians white trash?
Yes.
There we have it.
I'm not saying all Canadians,
Okay.
right? But I'm saying I'm going to lump Canadian white trash. Yeah, there's 2 types of white trash. Okay? We'll just say north and south. Right? There's north white trash, and then there's southern white trash, right?
Yes.
It's like birds. You can't just say a bird is a bird, because a penguin is a bird, an ostrich is a bird, and a robin is a bird. So there's different species within the white trash category. I would say there's a southern white trash, there's a Midwestern white trash, which I feel like would loop in Canadian white trash. There's also a big city white trash and a small town white trash as well.
Yes.
So my question going back to you is the same question that I asked before. If you put ketchup on, maybe I'll be more specific. If you put ketchup on Great Value Walmart brand processed mac and cheese, are you white trash?
I'm going to come back with yes.
Okay.
Not,
that's what I was hoping you would say.
Yes. Not because of Great Value mac and cheese.
Okay.
I grew up as a green box Spartan Nash as opposed to the blue box, the Kraft mac and cheese. In fact, we preferenced as a kid, we liked the powdered cheese mix versus the Velveeta stuff. You know, and people say like the Velveeta's better. Like, dude, it's goopy. It's the same stuff. It's just they add more liquid. So same stuff going on. It's the ketchup that really does it, because ketchup, this is going to hurt a lot of people. Ketchup is for children. This is a condiment that is designed for children, should be used by children. And when you come of an age, you should stop having ketchup, A, on your mac and cheese, B, on your hot dogs. There's only a couple areas where I would say ketchup is acceptable. One is as a glaze on your meatloaf, and 2 with fries. That's kind of where I would say ketchup needs to live and needs to stay. Beyond that, when you start seeing it on hot dogs, and you start seeing it on mac and cheese, You start putting it on. I would even say the burger. I don't use ketchup other than those two other than fries and for meatloaf. I just lost the flavor of it. It's like pure sugar. Like at that point, like let's not kid ourselves. Let's go with the good stuff. Let's go with the pure maple syrup. Like I like not to put that on your mac and cheese or your hot dog, but at the same time, like that was the switch that I made that I was like, I'm gonna give up high fructose corn syrup and I'm gonna go straight for the beautiful sap and just really do breakfast the way that it should be done and just kick ketchup. So that is
Wow.
ultimately my opinion is yeah, ketchup's for children.
Okay. That's embarrassing for me to hear because you've just, damn. I don't know if my feelings are hurt or if I want to fight you now. Like, I don't know where we're at because I literally had processed mac and cheese the other
As
day
the
with ketchup on it.
Oh, you did
Dude,
do the
yeah,
ketchup
like,
on there.
okay, dude, let's admit it, dude. I'm white trash. Okay. I'm white trash.
That's all right. I
It's
am
okay.
fully into the redneck zone, so
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
I don't know where that line's in the white trash. I have plenty of trash. I refer to it as opportunity behind my barn and around my
Hmm.
shed. So yes, I give
Yeah.
off that vibe. But
Yeah.
no, the mac and cheese, you should hold your head on, hold your head high on. But
Okay.
that ketchup,
Okay.
we need to kick you off that.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry. I apologize. What is your like why do you hate ketchup so much? I mean, is it a kid thing? Did you get bullied when you were a kid?
I don't know. Maybe it's vinegar really tastes a little bit better to me than ketchup. So like growing up, like mustard was where it was
Mm,
at. I do have a little bit of I'm half German and half Scotch. So like I'm efficiently stubborn, but mustard really got my attention. So like that's what I would put on my hash browns. Mustard is what I would put on hot dogs, and that seems where I would go. But like it really was like it regular soda. I can't do like Coke very well because it's so sugary. And I get that
mm,
same effect that I get from ketchup. It's so sugary. And there's just yeah, it just seems like I'm dumping a bunch of high fructose corn syrup on whatever vessel food that I'm going to consume. So
yeah.
it was better to almost cut that out and then just really amplify the mustard stuff. So
Yeah.
maybe it was my upbringing. I don't know. Ketchup was it
It's
was
got
always
to be.
offered, but I just didn't like it. It was too
This is
sweet.
crazy. This is crazy to me. And maybe this is like a regional thing. Maybe it is a political thing. Like, do we correlate like people who use ketchup versus people who use mustard and where they vote, like where they align politically? But this is crazy to me. Don't take this the wrong way, Nick.
All
But
right.
when you told me that you prefer mustard over ketchup, I instantly thought you were a piece of shit. Now, I don't know. I don't know why I'm feeling extremely vulnerable right now. I'm feeling extremely judgmental towards you. But the
Right.
fact that you said you dip French fries in mustard, I don't want to say it, but I'm going to because that's the
Well,
part.
hey,
This is
hey,
the
hey,
reason
hey.
this.
I said don't put words in my mouth. I said
I
hash
know.
browns. Far different
Browns.
than
Okay.
French fries.
Okay. Still, you're putting mustard on a potato product. All right. I feel like that's something special needs kids do. And dude, I mean this with all due respect. Like those kids, right? Like
Hmm. I
I
teach.
have
I
all
teach them.
the
I have classes
exactly.
of CI kids.
I know, and that's what I'm saying. Like, do you have kids that mix their mayonnaise and their ketchup together and then they dip that in? Because I feel that's a little bit strange too. Or kids that just dip their French fries in mayo. And so I feel like that tells you a lot about a kid.
Hmm.
My youngest boy, my youngest boy, he is a ketchup kid, like French fries, ketchup, chicken nuggets, ketchup. My oldest boy is a mayo ketchup mix. Don't know what that means. My daughter, maybe it's more sophistication. Maybe it's like a demon inside of her too. She's a honey mustard person. She
Hmm.
dips her stuff in honey mustard. I don't know, man. It's just there's a lot to unpack there, I think.
Right. Because then you could even throw in, I mean, it really is the beautiful diversity of condiments in this
Mhm.
country. And I think like we could be on the bandwagon where we can unite.
Mhm.
There are amazing things that can be happen. Like with our mayo friends, you add pickles, you would think something, this is totally going to divide. Those two flavors do not go together. You have the base for tartar sauce. Horseradish.
I think that's where we unite. Is tartar sauce.
Yeah. But then
we found common ground.
We found common ground.
Look, this is how the United States should operate.
Yes.
Right? You think I'm weird because I use ketchup. I think you're weird because you use mustard. But guess what? We both love tartar sauce.
Tartar sauce.
Holy
We're
shit.
on board for that.
Dude.
Well, there's saving grace
sauce
for you and your ketchup because, you know, if you're having shrimp, you have cocktail sauce. That's horseradish and ketchup. Now, I still just go straight to the shrimp, but at the same time, like, that's your up value, is adding in something to your ketchup. Brings you up a little bit, gets you away from that childish white trash.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I want you to envision for a moment a single wide trailer somewhere in America full of the biggest, most visual, maybe like, I'm trying to set the tone here of what a white trash family looks like. Okay. Like, what is on for dinner, whether they, I don't know, it's like a white trash dinner at night. Ooh. Right. I want you to explain to me what is a white trash. What in your mind is a white trash dinner? So
there are some people who they're frugal with their money, and they're able to do, it was a thing that I saw that you could do. Something could be fast and something could be cheap, but then something couldn't be good. But as soon as you slid over if you wanted something good, it couldn't be both fast or cheap. Like you had to choose one of those.
Yep.
So I'm thinking for the white trash, it can't be, it's got to be, something name brand.
Okay.
At the same time, they are going to use, it's going to be from Save-A-Lot. It's going to be from a value, not a restaurant, a value from a grocery store. Could even be like the Dollar General. Dollar General's got food now. I mean, Hamburger Helper comes up on my mind from the box.
Great answer.
Hamburger Helper from the box. I know there are other versions as far as a burger macaroni
Tuna
mix.
Helper.
Yes.
Tuna Helper. Yeah. Okay. All right.
That's where I'm going to go. I'm going to kind of go with anything. Yeah. Tuna Helper, Hamburger Helper, that specific name brand to a T. Open the box. Okay. You're putting in either, from the bulk tubes of hamburger that you're getting, or like the canned tuna. Like that's legitimately where it's going to go. And then soda for dinner.
Yeah. That's where we align. Now I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what my white trash, I envision a white trash dinner looking like, okay? White trash dinner, you're always crushing the highest sugar available, and that is either one of those gallons of lemonade, right, that you can buy at Walmart, or just straight up generic Coca-Cola, whatever that is, like the Mr. Pibbs or RC Cola. How about RC Cola?
Ooh, RC.
Remember RC?
Yes.
RC Cola.
What's the off-brand Mountain Dew? Isn't that like
Mountain Mist or something like
Mountain
Morning
Mist.
Dew or something like that? Yeah. It's not Mountain Dew. It's not. Oh God, what is it? Sundrop.
There you go.
Is it Sundrop or something like that? Anyway.
Yes.
Now, my family of white trash individuals is a little bit more white trash than you because mom and dad do not cook. All right. They don't take the time to brown hamburger, put the sauce and the milk in, because they don't have milk in their refrigerator. Right. Okay. They only have room for natural ice, the beer, and they only have room for high sugar type of drinks. Okay. Now, this is what I'm thinking for my white trash dinner, and that is a Tostino's pizza. The ones that you can get for like $1.50 or $2. When we were a kid,
yes,
they were $1. You could go to the store and get them $1. You put 2 of those, you're feeding a family of 4. Okay. They think they're fancy, so they do something crazy and they'll buy a sausage Tostino's pizza, and then they'll open up a can of mushrooms that they have
Oh,
laying around, and then they drain the juice and they put them on the pizza, and now you have a delicacy. That's option
that's a
one.
special occasion dinner right
Yep.
there. The zooped
Yep.
up Totino's pizza.
Yep. You want to know something crazy I did when I was a kid, dude? Totino's pizza, Totino's pizza, boom,
And you
on top of each
sandwiched them.
other. So we sandwich them. Now you have a calzone, my friend.
What?
Yep. 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 All right. Anyway, second meal is McDonald's bags. It's just like,
Yep.
and usually in this scenario of white trash dinner, we have, in order to even eat, you have to push away the McDonald's wrappers from the previous day.
Oh, the wrappers are still down. You have
Still
to
on the table.
push them out of the way. Not
Yeah,
clean
mom
them
don't
up, just
clean.
push them out of the way.
Yeah, mom is too busy in her day to clean the house, man. She's too busy smoking Marlboro. No, I'm sorry. Marlboro's too fancy. What's the cheapest type of cigarette that you can think of? The ones that when you smoke them they taste like cardboard.
Right. Something lights. They have to be lights. They got to be filtered.
Golden Lights. Let's just
There
say
you
it's
go.
golden.
Golden
Golden
Lights.
Lights. Yeah. So
I can't even tell you the last time I bought cigarettes.
I know, right? I know it's been a long time. I don't even know if I know Marlboro Lights are a thing because I've seen the wrappers on the ground.
Yes.
Every once in a while at a gas station. Anyway, so it's Totino's pizza with mushrooms on top. Wash it down with a Mountain Dew or something, or it's just a straight up fast food McDonald's meal, and Dad is washing it down with a natural ice. So that's what I'm thinking. Now, before people sit here and judge me, take a look in your family and see if you know anybody like that. And I'm not here to make fun of people. I'm here to put smiles on people's faces. And if you are that family, well, we're talking about you, man. That's because we care about you. And so,
Absolutely.
absolutely, right? So,
And I would say too, like when you were bringing up the McDonald's meals, like we've gotten into travel soccer, and so like
yep,
you're describing this redneck scenario, and we got McDonald's breakfast on the
yes,
way to a soccer tournament. I didn't have anything ready to go, and my wife didn't have anything ready to go, so we went through and we got those items. The kids, they're eating in a minivan, which I love the minivan as a people transporter. It can be classy, but this is not it. We are moving animals. So
yep,
they eat like they're out of
livestock.
troughs,
Yep.
and stuff goes everywhere. It's now late. We're coming home. It's dark out. They are hungry. We go the second round of McDonald's of the day. So like as the kids are getting their stuff, they literally are scuffling wrappers from the morning as
Mm-hmm.
they're getting their dinner. So
Yep.
no, when you said the McDonald's meals and they're pushing the wrappers out of the way,
Yeah.
I think it's also a good look that nobody should be high on a hill because you're gonna get knocked down. And that's one of my knockdown points is yes,
Yeah.
we did the double McDonald meal where we had to kick the stuff out of.
Right.
I
Maybe
wasn't
I'm
washing
wrong.
down a natural light though.
Okay, good, good. You're a Budweiser guy. This is crazy. This is a crazy thought. When you said McDonald's breakfast, I don't get white trash vibes about McDonald's breakfast. I feel like McDonald's breakfast is for everybody. McDonald's lunch is for guys on the go, like your travelers, your construction workers, your hardworking Americans. But then when it comes to post 5 o'clock, unless you're traveling, post 5 o'clock McDonald's, I think that's when the white trash starts to creep in. Right around like they wake up late afternoon. It's time for their breakfast, which is McDonald's, and so I don't know why McDonald's breakfast doesn't seem white trash to me. McDonald's lunch is for the working man,
Right.
but white trash creeps into the story here right around 5-6 p.m.
Maybe it's the exclusivity that you can only get it up until 10 o'clock. After 10,
That's it.
it's all done. Like it's pretty
Mhm.
exclusive. You got to do something with your day in order to get that breakfast item. Whereas I can get the same hamburger morning, noon, and night. So
Exactly.
maybe that's
the answer. That's the answer. Do you want to hear a story about McDonald's breakfast for me?
I do want to hear a story about McDonald's breakfast.
What time would you guess McDonald's breakfast starts? What time does the McDonald's open? Unless they're 24 hours a day, what time does breakfast start? Is it like 5:30 or 6 o'clock in the morning?
I was just going to say about 6 o'clock. I'm thinking they've got, I mean, again, they got to serve that exclusive group. The coffee needs to be had. I'm thinking between 5:30 and 6. I know those morning workers are there at 5:30, 6 o'clock, doors open.
Okay, 6 o'clock. Let's just say it's 6 o'clock. This was about 2001, 2002. I was, maybe even 2003. I was 22 years old, 21, right? We had literally drank all night. I mean, we went to the bars, then we went to an after party, sun's starting to come up, birds are chirping, and my buddy is like, everybody in the car, let's go to McDonald's. We're getting McDonald's breakfast. And like there's 4 or 5 of us. We're like, McDonald's breakfast. We get there, go to the car, try to open the door. It's closed. We open at 6 o'clock. And it's like 5:15 in the morning. And we're like, all right, it's cool. Let's just sit here and wait. We all pass out in this car in a McDonald's parking lot. And I wake up and I'm leaning against the window and it's broad daylight. And there's a family of well-dressed people walking in to the McDonald's. And I'm like, holy shit. Church is already out. And so it was a Sunday morning, church is out, people are going to McDonald's, and I wake everybody up, and we had missed breakfast because we passed out so long in this car that we missed breakfast. And the driver whose idea it was to go to McDonald's breakfast was so mad. It was the maddest I've ever seen this guy. He was like hitting his car, smashing his steering wheel, and we didn't even eat the food there. We just left because the goal, my friend, was McDonald's breakfast. We did not get it, and so we're not going to lower ourselves to McDonald's lunch. So we had to go find something else. I think we did gas station burritos actually. So
there you go.
Yeah.
To miss the entire breakfast. You were there before and then conscious after. That's a story, Dan. I feel like you should get like a certificate. We missed breakfast.
I know. Maybe next time, because we walked in and one of the guys walks in and it's probably like 11:30, so it's well past breakfast time. And I think the guy went in and he's like, we know you're not going to get breakfast. And so he walks in and goes, I got to try. And he got the no. He got the cold no. And
my goodness.
And shout out to my friend Bobby. I'm sorry that happened to you, man. I think he still thinks about it quite often. It probably affected
one
his
of
life.
Those regrets that he has in life. Like, why didn't I set? Well, there was no alarms. Nobody had a phone. There was no alarms.
No. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know, man, if there was phones. Where do you stand on Pop-Tarts?
It's kind of like with the ketchup thing. They're too sugary. I watch children consume them day in and day out, and I'm not a fan. I think it's a cheaply made product that is mass consumed here. Do I think that the toaster strudel has a leg up on the
you have to keep those in the freezer.
I know. I think there's a little leg up with the toaster strudel, but yeah, I'm just not a big fan of the Pop-Tart. I think it really I don't know.
Yeah.
I know where they're going with it. I just think when they came out with the s'more Pop-Tart in high school, I appreciated the s'more Pop-Tart.
Yeah.
But it definitely wasn't my like only go-to. Like it was a late night. Instead of going to McDonald's breakfast, we would hit up the gas station. We weren't good enough to have a fast food in our town, so it was always to the gas station. And that's where my affinity grew for the oatmeal cream pie and the s'more Pop-Tart. So I had those in high school.
Yeah.
But yeah, to start your day with again that much sweetness and that much cardboard, there's other things you can do.
Okay. I'm going to say one of my passions in life, and I want you to tell me what you think about me or what category of people I belong in when I go to the gas station and I get this product. And that product is a apple pie. And the packaged, highly processed apple
Yes,
pie
they're in the little
pastry.
box.
Yep, pastry with the filling inside of them. Let me have it. What do you think? What's that say about me?
I think that you're possibly going to pay for that out of the pennies that are there on the side, or if there's an open tip jar, you're going to boldly just stuff your hand in and use their tips to pay for it.
Okay. So you think I'm a thief, basically?
Well,
Only
I just think
thieves
you have no shame. I think that's really what it is.
Okay.
It's blatant. It's not even yes, you are stealing, but you're like, there's money here, and I'm going to take this.
Yeah. So although those pennies are for free and they're meant to be used, and like you can, they don't belong to anybody. Those pennies are in a state of limbo. I use those pennies, all of them, to pay for my apple pie.
Yes.
Okay. So would that fall into like a freeloader category?
I'm sorry. Could you repeat?
The boy steps in.
Yep.
The boy steps in.
I couldn't let him hear what we were talking about. He might want one of those apple pies.
Okay. All right. Freeloader. Does that mean, like, am I a freeloader if I'm doing that? Like, what kind of person am I?
No, it has nothing to do with the fact that you are taking something that's not yours. I would say just more of the audacity that you don't care is absolutely like, I am getting this item, this apple pie, by whatever means necessary that comes easy to me. And so I'm just thinking of a gas station that would have that jar and those pennies that are there, that you walk up and slap it down, and then your vision is money there, you just grab it and hand it to them. Complete disregard for self and others. That's really where it's at. It's not the freeloader aspect. It is literally disregard for anybody or anything.
Yeah, that seems about right.
That's where I'm going.
I guess I could fall into that category. I guess I could fall there. Well, I tell you what, Mr. Nick, sounds like you got to go fishing with the kids today. I also made a promise last week that I've been pushing off, and I told my kids I'd take them to the swimming pool this week.
There you go.
And so I have to pay up on a promise today. And so one of my kids is going away with a friend. The other two are coming with me to the swimming pool. And you're going to see on the news today, probably a 44-year-old man getting hurt after attempting, like, do I still got it type of flip or cannonball, or back in the day when I was.
Are there diving boards at said community pool? I assume it's like the area pool, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Dude, when you were a kid, what was your move off of the diving board? Like, what move did you go up and you're like, dude, I'm going to do this move?
Like the swan tuck, going for the, I mean, just classic dive, but the cell where you boom, arms out, straight body. And as you angle down, you then tuck and then dive with the smallest splash possible. Now, I could never rate the splash because, again, I'm in the water, so I had no idea. But when I could do that, I felt like the man. My first few times, like, you always have the hold too long. And I mean, you get a mouthful of water, you get the whole belly punch of slapping that water tension. You're going to mess up. But man, that's my favorite. The whole hold tuck, or the hold, swan, tuck, and then dive. I appreciate the classic.
Yeah. That's great. I am going to pull my go-to move is called the slush bucket. Did you ever hear about the slush bucket?
No.
Maybe that's an Iowa thing. The slush bucket. And the slush bucket is basically you jump as high as you can. And usually this is a move done off the high dive, because the faster your body is when it hits the water, the bigger the splash. Mm-hmm. And then you cover your nose and mouth like this. and then you recline, your feet go in first, but then you quickly recline back, and it creates a vortex effect where it's just the gap your body creates sucks in and then explodes. The slush bucket is a huge splash generator, and that's
Yes.
what I was known for in the late 80s, the slush bucket.
I love it. I love it. I didn't have the mass or the size to be like the cannonball specialist. Now, as a dad, I have gained that prowess, at least at our home. Like that needs to be. I'll have to add slush bucket into what we
Yep.
need to do. I'll film
Check it out
my
on
first
YouTube.
couple attempts. Yep.
Yep. Check it
I'll
out on
film my
YouTube.
first couple attempts. Send them to you. You
There
can
you
give me
go.
the rating.
Well, Nick, man, thanks for taking time to come on the podcast today. For all of you who are listening, do me a favor, go to iTunes or go to Spotify or wherever you are downloading this podcast. Leave a review. Let everybody know how pointless this podcast is, kind of really, and whether or not you're having fun listening to it. Good vibes, everybody, and we will talk to you next time.